If you ever wondered how to analyze data without writing too many formulas, then this video is for you. Pivot tables are the easiest way of analyzing data. For me, usually they're the first step, as they provide so many insights without writing a single formula. In this video, we will look at creating different types of pivot tables. The objective of this video is not to cover everything about pivot tables, but help you get started in case you're a beginner. I intend to create several videos on this topic and I'll keep adding them in the description below. So please do look in there if you're looking for something specific. The data that we have is sales of different products across different regions via different channels. The first thing we will do is find out how many units were sold for each product. This can be easily obtained by creating a pivot table. To create a pivot table, the first step is to select the entire data, including the header. Go to the Insert menu and click on Pivot Table. A dialog box appears. This dialog box has two parts. The top part lets you select the data. Since we started by selecting the data, the table range already contains our selection. No change is required. The bottom part asks you, where do you want to create the pivot table? We'll stay with the option to create it in a new worksheet. Therefore, no change required here too. I've seen a lot of people quit at this stage, as this dialog box can be intimidating to some when you see it for the first time. Whereas the reality is, you don't have to do anything in most cases. Let's press OK to proceed. And as you can see, based on our selection, a new sheet is created. I'm going to increase the zoom a little. As we create the pivot tables, we can see something called pivot table fields on the right side. In the field name section, we see words like product, channel, region, and units sold. If you recall, these are same as the header fields of our data. Below that, we have filters, columns, rows, and values. We will look at all of them except filters in this video. You can check the description for the link to the video where I talk about filters. Now our first objective is to find out total units sold for each product. So let's find that out. The first step is to click product and drag it to the rows quadrant. As soon as we do that, we see the pivot table getting updated on the left. Now that we have the product names, we just need to display the sum of all the values corresponding to each product. To do that, we will drag the units sold to values. And there we have our result. As you can see, it was so simple to do this. We did not write a formula to get to this result. However, if we were to use a formula, we would have used the SUMFS function. I have included the link for that in the description in case you want to learn how to use the SUMFS function. Now let's take this further. Now that we have the sum of units sold for each product, let's look at what was the sale across each channel. To do that, all we'll do is drag channel to columns. We not only have the channel-wise distribution, but we also have the grand total. Again, very simple and without writing any formulas. Let's look at the last bit for this video where we create a three-dimensional pivot table. I'll drag region to rows. Now we have the split of each region for each product. 3 dimensions in one table. If you were to create this using formulas, it is possible, but it would take some time. However, using pivot, it is so simple. Now we have this data product-wise. However, if you want to analyze the data region-wise and different products in the region, then all you need to do is swap the order of product and region. I will just drag the product below region and now the data is distributed region-wise. That's how easy it is. So as you can see, working with pivot tables is the simplest and fastest way to get an overview of the data that you have. Please do see our other videos related to pivot tables. Some of them are linked in the description below. If you like our content, please consider subscribing. Subscribing to our channel will help you find us easily and get access to our content. Thank you for watching.